Yeah, this is Dr. B, your Creole Connection, and I got to make this video pretty quickly because a storm is coming. So we're going to have a storm coming through here pretty soon. So yeah, rain is in the forecast. It's been a while. I got myself involved in a long-term project that was about a 2-month situation, and I was obligated. I had to hang close to the computer, and I couldn't get out into the field exploring these old properties and just milling around some of these old historical grounds. So it's been a couple of months, and I'm back. The last time we talked, I was in the process of trying to make a decision on trading my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and then I was trying to make a decision on whether or not I wanted to trade it in on a redesigned 2024 Toyota Tacoma, or pick up a GMC 2023, which was delayed. The delivery of those were delayed because they just didn't have any on the lots at the time I made this last video. So lo and behold, I was out running errands, and I just happened to stop at a GMC car dealer, and there was one there. And it was in the color that I wanted. It had all of the features that I wanted. As you remember, the reason why I wanted to get rid of the Toyota Tacoma is because it didn't have any type of technology to speak of. And every time I got in the thing, I felt like I was riding in something from the 1970s. So I wanted to trade up and get something that was feature rich with all kind of technology, with a technology package, which is exactly what this is. So behind me is the car that I decided to get. I wanted to take you through the transaction to make sure that we document the fact that I was going to get the very best deal that I can get. And I just didn't have time to do that because it was on the lot. It was one of those that had just hit the lot, and there were, some demand for them. And the dealership gave me exactly what my insider told me I should get for my trade. So I felt like I had got a real fair deal on that. In fact, I got a little more than he suggested that I hold out for. A good deal these days is MSRP minus a discount, as opposed to MSRP plus a market adjustment. There's no market adjustment here. This is, we actually got a discount on this. Okay, so let's get started with the front, which has this black gloss and satin grille. It also has LED headlights, LED running lights, and also LED fog lights. I was going to have to modify my Tacoma and add the LED headlights, but all of that equipment is OEM on this truck. Moving to the side, we can take a look at the wheels. So here we have the 18-inch wheels with this glossy dark gray finish and just the right amount of chrome accents. I have the chrome lug nuts, the center cap is chrome, and also the valve tip is chrome. Just the right amount. And I also like these fender flare lights. You don't see that very often on trucks, but they give this truck a distinctive look. This truck also comes with a 2-inch factory lift. Now that's nice because it gives it a nice aggressive look. And even though the truck doesn't have what I call poke, where the tires poke out a little bit, give it that more aggressive look, but it still sits high to the point where I actually had to buy some Nerf bars to get in and out of the truck easily for my passengers. So all in all, that's just about the right amount of chrome. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it because these chrome accents just about take me where I want it to be. But the real magic happens inside. With this midnight black interior, very comfortable, certainly much more comfortable than my 2016 Canyon that I had before, and totally much more comfortable than the 2020 Toyota Tacoma that I had. Sitting in that Tacoma was very unnatural seating position. It felt like your legs were stretched straight out, and was just very uncomfortable. And the magic continues inside this with this infotainment center, which is the brain and heartbeat of the truck. Right, everything runs through this deck. Even the lights, there's no switch, no toggle, are controlled in the deck. It also has automatic high beams, automatic climate control, dual climate control, just a lot of features that the Toyota Tacoma did not have. And it has built-in navigation system using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now my Toyota Tacoma also had Apple CarPlay, but if I was navigating using Apple CarPlay, which was the only way to navigate because I could not download any maps, but when I had or wanted to make a phone call, I actually had to pause my navigation system. Now, can you imagine having to receive an emergency phone call while you are on unfamiliar interstate and relying solely on navigation system, and then having to take the phone call and my navigation system goes gray? Well, that's what I had to deal with on several occasions. Now, this interior is a breath of fresh air. This interior, in my humble opinion, is class best. Of course, now this is a redesign, and I think they just did an outstanding job. Now, I am right at 600 miles on this truck so far, as you can see here, and I'm still in the breaking in period, but so far, so good. Now, these wheels are 18-inch wheels. That's considerably larger than the 2020 Tacoma I had, which had 16-inch wheels, and they are wrapped with 265 R65 tires, which gives it a nice height and a nice bulky appearance. I love that. So that came stock with the truck. So that means I'm not going to have to spend money on wheels and tires to get the truck looking like I want it to look. Coming to the back, of course, it has the dampered tailgate, unlike the Tacoma, which had a composite plastic bed. This is steel, and so I'm going to put a mat in here, a carpeted mat, and do a few things to make it more camper ready. You have the outlet here. This tonneau cover is from my old truck, and so I'm going to replace that out in a couple of weeks. And I also added this chrome exhaust tip to my exhaust line, which gives a little added touch of additional chrome to this side of the truck. And like I said, I'm not going to add any more than what we have already. Power adjusted seats. Nice room. Love the leather wrap steering wheel. Feels like silk in your hands. Yeah, I just love these LED lights. That bold GMC badging on that gloss and satin finish grille. Love the color, silver metallic. So this is the new rig. I'm very pleased with it. It's a whole different league from what I had. You know, I'm not downing Toyota Tacomas because I'm pretty sure the 2023 is going to be outfitted pretty well with technology too, because you know a lot of people are making the decisions to do that. Now I know there are some purists who resist the technology because it just doesn't have the reliability. When I bought this truck, it had 4 miles on it. I take care of the equipment pretty well, and so I hope to get some pretty good usage out of it. I'm not expecting it to last as long as the Toyota Tacoma would last. I mean, you put 200,000 miles on those things, and then they send them to the Middle East and they put another 500,000 miles on them. So those trucks are almost in a class by themselves. Well, this is Dr. B, just giving you a view of the new rig that we're going to use to go out on our adventures in and around South Louisiana and the southern U.S. And hopefully we'll enjoy making those trips just a little more, because it'll be just a little more comfortable. And we'll catch you in the next video.